Maker Mama Boss Lady behind Fiverr and Fox, and this is episode 38 of my podcast, and maybe you've already noticed, I got the new camera. Doesn't it look better? Look, you can see me. It's blurred back there. I'm gonna hold stuff up. You're gonna be able to see it. All that being said though, stuff might be, it's a learning curve. For one, there's a screen now over here on the side that I can see myself in, and I'm very tempted to look at it, but I'm gonna try to look at you guys, you there. So that's an adjustment for me, and yeah, just overall having a quality camera. I'll talk a little bit about what I got towards the end in acquirings, I guess, but I did get the new camera and I'm super thrilled, and I put it off for way too long because it's so much better now, and you should be getting better sound quality, better picture quality, better quality. Because recording on your phone, you know, is not the best option. So thank you for sticking out for 37 episodes. If you are just joining me, you picked a good spot to jump in because it looks prettier now. But yeah, everything you need to know about me is always linked down below. Instagram, blog, all of that. I'm Bella. I'm a crochet designer. I also knit a little bit, and this is where I talk about all of it. You're also going to be able to find a link to show notes down below that takes you over to my blog, links to anything that I talk about as far as designs, yarns, the like, and that's about all the things. So we'll, I guess, count that as the admin section. Here I am, and I have this fancy new camera. Fancy improvement for me. But yeah, I guess I'll tell you what I'm wearing. You can kind of only sort of see it because I'm sitting down looking at me in the screen. There I am. But yeah, I am wearing, can we see it? Oh yeah, Mount Pleasant by Pip and Pin is the top. And I talked about that quite a bit in the last episode, so I'm not going to go into detail about yarns and whatnot there, but Mount Pleasant by Pip and Pin, and then I guess I'll stand up again. The cardigan is my own design. This is the Fields Cardigan, finally officially calling it that. Buttons, V-neck, grandpa style, real cute, real cozy. That is the Fields Cardigan. Also talked that in great detail in the last couple episodes. When you're seeing this, it is now officially out with testers, so thank you if you applied. I have a group of about 20 or so it's going to be a big test. Getting it done in all the sizes and time frame and all of that. It is, I understand completely that making a garment in fingering weight yarn is a huge ask, and in any size. So thank you so much for you testers and anyone who did apply. If you are interested in pattern testing, I guess I'll mention this here admin-wise, I am going to have some info, or I should just say maybe resources coming up soon. I have a video and a blog post that's going to be coming up. I think I'm going to do it as one. I might do it as a series depending on how long the video turns out. The blog post is lengthy, I've already written it. But about pattern testing. So not for this design specifically, but for how to be a pattern tester, be it knit or crochet. Obviously, I'm going to be speaking from my own experience as someone who has pattern tested and someone who looks for pattern testers. Kind of what I'm looking for, what I expect, and that sort of thing, but I'm also going to be going over community as a whole, like what a pattern tester does, what's expected of you, and kind of just baseline normal things. Everybody runs their pattern test differently and has different requirements and timelines and this and that, but I'm going to be going over what I look for and then what people kind of look for overall. So if you have any specific questions about pattern testing and you want to drop those down below, I can try to address those either in the blog post or video or message you or whatever we need to do to talk about it. I have no particular schedule on which I release patterns. There are some designers who are much more scheduled, like monthly or whatever. But yeah, I'm a mom first, so I worry about that first, and the designing happens when the designing happens. But yeah, I'm very excited to finally have this out because it's been, I think I've been working on it since May, and I've had the yarn for like 4 years, so about time. So thrilled with it. It's kind of warm in here with my husband's computer having been on and the lights, but I'm gonna wear it anyway because I have to look at myself, guys, on the screen. I just have to. Look how pretty it is. In case you are wondering, I will share the yarns on this one again because I got asked a bunch of times on my Instagram posts. I don't expect any testers to be using this yarn because it is one that I got internationally and I've been hanging on to for a while, but I just want to show you how I can show you yarn labels now. You ready for this? Okay, you see my face? It's all in focus. Ready? Look, I'm back here and it's up there and you can actually read it. It'd help if I tipped it the right way, right? So, main color, this one, is Life in the Long Grass on her fine sock base. And I think, if anyone is curious, I think she may have changed the base, because I did get this a couple years ago. I think she may have changed the base that she's dyeing it on. She still has a base called Fine Sock, but it's this is 460 yards, and I think the base she has now is 467 yards or 468 or something. So she may have changed the base slightly. But look, I can show you. That was probably a horrible sound, I'm sorry, but I'm just so excited. Just look at that. Like, you can read the label now, and everything's all boca burger in the background. But yeah, look, you can read labels. It's the color Gorse. And my parents had visited London a few years back and had gotten this at Loop London. I believe that Life in the Long Grass is a dyer out of Ireland. And yeah, I had been messaging with the owner of the shop and had like sent my parents with money for it, and she had set it aside for me, and it was just so sweet because I hadn't paid in advance, and she like literally set aside a sweater quantity for my parents coming to London to get it. So I had requested this color, and I had been holding on to it in my stash for, I think, since 2017. It's like mid-September, almost end of September 2021 now, if I failed to mention that, which I did. But yeah, I was holding on to it for a super long time because I knew that I wanted to make a cardigan in it, and so many times I was tempted to like make somebody else's cardigan, because there's plenty of fingering weight cardigans out there, especially knit. I could have easily made one with the skeins that I had, but I really wanted to design with it, and I, at the time, hadn't done a ton of garment designing actually, and I'm still only done, this will be my fifth garment, so not a ton. And as far as like size inclusive and fully graded and all the sizes things, I'm only just starting to get a grasp on that. So this was a big deal for me. And I love how it fits, and I'm really hoping that as the testers are getting into it too, that they love the fit as well. That's always like, I send it out into the world and I'm like, what if they hate it? What if all the math I did is wrong? What if I have to start all over again? And I have like this minor panic attack before I send it out, but actually I kind of have a minor panic attack every time I check messages like throughout a pattern test, but I think we'll be good. So yeah, this is Life in the Long Grass in the color Gorse. Absolutely beautiful. She does still have the color in her shop. Last I checked on her site, but the base might be just ever so slightly different. I just think she got a different supplier or something. And then the contrast color for the ribbing, which is optional if you want to do a contrast color, obviously, but I think the sleeves have it too. I just rolled up the sleeves. I think the contrast color is really lovely, and it goes really nice with these buttons that I have. But that is ready. Label time. I didn't block my face. There we go. Fiber for the People. In the colorway, this one's folded weird. In the colorway Leather. And this was an earlier iteration of the color, earlier version, earlier dye lot, when she first released it. So it's slightly greener now, I think. I think this is I said it wrong before, but again, I'm second guessing myself. Do I have it back there somewhere? I do. Hang on. I also reorganized my stash. That was a lovely position. I was just in there. So this is the current version of Leather. Current, original. So this one's a little bit warmer, a little bit more, I'll put that back later. A little bit more of a orangey tone, and now it's definitely more of a swampy kind of greeny gold. But this was, I just want to show you labels. Look how fast. I'm sorry, I'm really excited about this. It's been a long time. So those are the colors on that, and I love them, and I'm so happy with it, and I think it's cute with this other top and basically all of the mustard yellow things that I already own because it's a lot. So that is the admin / what I'm wearing section. Thank you. All right, I had to get up to go get the yarn that I was about to talk about, and now I'm slightly closer to the camera, so I'm sorry if that was a weird cut adjustment. We'll throw an out in there or something. But I think this might be better. I'm definitely, for sure it's an improvement on the video quality and the sound and using the mic that I previously had, but we are trying to figure out, like, do I need to get a different mic? Is there other equipment that I need? How can I make this better? So, my lights are pointing the wrong way. But yeah, if it is a little wonky the first couple episodes, you were gracious with me this long, you can keep it up. Thank you. So designs is the next part we usually cover. And this is not officially, I just caked it today, so the design isn't actually started, but it's named and basically written in my mind. It's gonna be a cowl pattern. These are the yarns that I'm using. And without making a ton of crinkly noises, it's a Moody Rainbow mini set from Lane and Lotus, along with a main color, also dyed by Lane and Lotus. So I will show you. That just gets really washed out because it's really bright. Okay, I think you can see it. I'm gonna do my best to talk to the side of labels, even though my face isn't fully in focus. I don't like it when people block out their face. So if you are still, you know, lip reading or whatnot, hopefully you can see me and the label. But main color is Lane and Lotus on her twist sock base in the color The Mist. So this is the Mist. Oh, look, we can see the yarn. Look at all those pretty colors in there. I'm just so happy, guys. So this is gonna be the main color. It's gonna be a cowl design if I didn't already say that. Main color, and then down the Moody Rainbow lane we go here. It was all packaged nicely in this bag, but I had to rip the label to get in there. So I'm just gonna read them off and hopefully not make a crinkly mess. The pink, which I wish was redder because pink we know is not my thing. Wish it was like a cherry red, but it's pink. This is Mommy's Time Out. The orange is You're the Reason. The yellow, which I absolutely love and have used in my title, focus. My title fade shawl design is called Autumn Equinox. This, if I had to pick a green to make a sweater in, I would love to design with this at some point. This is Olive Branch, and these are all by Lane and Lotus too, in case I failed to make that clear. Olive Branch, this is Cold Hearted. My blue loving toddler was envying this skein a whole bunch today. She kept taking it. And then this purple is my favorite purple. Take Me Home. This is Take Me Home. And this one is a little pinky for me, but I guess we need a violet. This is Lucid Dreams. So all together, happy little rainbow set there. Like I said, I pretty much have I need to swatch for it to get the actual gauge, but I have the whole cowl like made up in my head and it's named and everything. So hopefully it won't be too long. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Too long on that design. It's only a cowl and it's only going to be in one size. So it should not take me as long as, you know, it took me from May till almost October to get this sweater done. Wasn't working on it the whole time, but still. Hopefully I will have the cowl. I would love to have it into testing for October and have the pattern out come November. Shouldn't be too complicated, but it is fingering weight, so you know. Very excited about that. I'm gonna start that basically as I'm filming today. Settle down, cars. As I'm filming today, it's Monday. I'm sending out the pattern tester email on Tuesday. You're seeing it Friday, so past Bella. But yeah, as soon as I get the tester email out and they all start yarn shopping and whatnot, I'm gonna cast on, start, crochet, begin this new cowl pattern. I love rainbows. I will never stop making gray and rainbow things, so don't ask me to. And that's all I have design-wise coming up. Just kidding. I should probably mention the sweater is gonna be in testing through mid-November. I am hoping to have it out definitely by the end of the year, hopefully pre-Christmas, so stay tuned on the Fields Cardigan. Finished object-wise, other than a completed cardigan pattern going out to testers, is I finished. I don't think they were finished last time, and I definitely didn't have them on blockers, but the Zig Zaggy Socks by Potter and Bloom, which, by the way, Emma Potter of Potter and Bloom, watch my podcast if you're watching again, Emma. I can't even handle that. Emma was the first like crochet podcaster that I found on YouTube that was like doing, you know, crochet as a podcast. And I don't know if I had watched knit podcasts before then, but I definitely hadn't seen it as crochet. And Emma was the one that way back in like, I don't even know what, in 2016, 2017, I like binged through all of hers. So yeah, it was really, really cool when she watched and commented on my podcast last week, fangirled hardcore. But these are the Zig Zaggy Socks. And hopefully, yeah, there we go. There's the texture. They are beautifully zigzaggy. I can't find the label. It's somewhere in this label box. I'm so bad at the pointing. This guy, that thing up there. Somewhere in that label box, but it was West Yorkshire Spinner Signature 4-ply, and the color was supposed to be cardamom, I've been saying it wrong too, cardamom on the website, but my tag specifically said cardoman. Like it should have been O-M-O-N, and mine was A-M-A-N. So unless it was a mistake or there's a second one that was named that, I think it's supposed to be cardamom. But yeah, anyone who's sick of hearing me talk about that, that's what this yarn is. I bought it for these socks. I got it at the one in Brattleboro, Hand Knits, on the I-91 Shop Hop. And then I did the heel, or just actually the toes and the cast on, not even the cuff, just, I think I did the cast on and then one additional row in Knits for Comfort, who's a local dyer. It's the first sock yarn that I ever bought for the first pair of socks I ever made. And I believe the color was called Fireside Cider and Spice or something of the like. So these are super cute. Very happy with them. And I really like the West Yorkshire Spinner's Signature 4-ply. That's a mouthful. I really like it. It's non-superwash and I would gladly get more of it and use it again. I don't know on what occasion I'm going to need basically solid fern green socks, but now I have them should I need them. So really enjoyed that, and I talked about it a little bit last time, but again, the texture is just so lovely with my camera. There it is. Ooh, it looks like I did some weirdness there, but definitely easy to memorize. I think it was a 10-row repeat and very easy to tell where you were in the pattern. I definitely messed it up a few times, but it sucks and I don't care. But very easy, not a huge need to concentrate and like follow a chart or anything kind of pattern. And then other finished objects / WIP. I don't have blockers to put these on because I don't have tiny foot blockers. But I also made a pair of, I've almost finished a pair of socks for my daughter. The proportions of them are kind of ridiculous. And there's also my hair on everything always. But, are you focusing? You're not. There you are. So these are definitely kind of wonky. The yarn, because you know, you want to see more yarn labels, I know, is Patton's Croy Sock Stripes in the colorway Mulberry Stripes. I had gotten this at Savers, a thrift store, in like a mixed pack of random sock yarns for like $3 or something. So it's not a color that I would have gone out and purchased because I don't love the like the brown and the gray in there, kind of, or the bluish gray, kind of funky. Don't love that, but I figured it was pink and it would make some fun little girl socks for, you know, essentially like $1 a skein, I think is what I ended up paying. The last pair of socks I made her in Croy, it was slightly less thick, and I think I did 48 stitches on that, and I ribbed them the whole way, and those were too tight, so I did funny things on this one. And I didn't try them on her, but they're definitely larger. I held them up to the other socks. So these will fit. I don't know if they're going to fit right away. They might be, camera, are you doing something weird? I don't think so. It's still recording. They might be a little bit big in like snow boot socks this year, but I did 52 stitches for the ribbing. Then I decreased down to 50, and then I did 48 for the foot. I wish I had made the foot a little longer, but weighing out the yarn, I was barely going to have enough to finish the sock. I'm not even sure they're going to be equal. I wanted to make them match initially. I started the second pair, but I only had one skein, 50 grams. And if I had started, you know, making them match, I would have had to skip a bunch of yarn to, you know, bump it like that. And I don't think I would have had enough yarn to finish the two socks. So I definitely could have made the legs shorter, but whatever. Hindsight, they're just socks for a 2 soon to be 3-year-old, so. Don't love the color, don't love the pattern sequence. Just plain vanilla socks, cozy, She outgrows them so fast anyway. I'm not going to be super worried about it, but I'm still trying to figure out what the ideal stitch count and whatnot, row count, all of that is for. Because these are going to be like all the way up her shins, which I thought would be cute with boots, but now like the cuffs are different, so that's going to look, I don't know. She's going to be thrilled about it. But I only have yay much left of this. And I am doing the toes in my go-to favorite, which is Patons Croy, in the color Flax. And this was sent to me by a viewer. So probably honestly going to finish this one tonight after I podcast because it's almost done. But yeah, I've been mostly working on getting that pattern out, so I wasn't doing much thinking. I need to get started on that design, and then I also need to work on that owl wing shawl that I was talking about, I think last time, because I need to get that done for my daughter's birthday as well. And there's something else. These yarns back here, I still want to make an elf mail out of. I need to make some daytime blue other shawls besides the owl shawl for my shawl needing daughter for her birthday and Christmas. And what else? These three are an upcoming shawl design. I reorganized my yarn and I don't know if I love the layout entirely, but I kind of wanted to change up my backdrop while I changed up my camera as well, so it's, I don't know, the proportions are weird. But my stash is ever changing because I kind of buy it and then I use it. It doesn't usually sit for too long. So yeah, reorganize, let me know what you think. And yeah, that's about it as far as WIPs and finished objects and the like. Acquirings, I guess we can talk about acquirings. For things which I have acquired. Nothing too exciting other than the camera. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I went to like a little, almost like a country store vibe shop with my mom who wanted to pick up a present for a friend, and then I kind of bought myself one as well. But I got it's not a project bag, but I thought it would make a cute project bag. It's a drawstring, so I'm gonna use it for a sweater quantity bag. It's reversible. It's not handmade to my knowledge. I think it's made, company is Hello Mellow. And yeah, it's polyester and spandex, so it's kind of a swishy material. And it was on sale for like 10 bucks. So for a big, it's got a little pocket in the front, reversible navy blue inside, the like canvasy, whatever that is, strap. So I thought it'd be a good sweater quantity bag for 10 bucks, and I really like the poppies on it. And then the other half of like the country store is an antique store, and I got some vintage buttons. I don't know if they're how actually vintage or antique or whatnot they are. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Probably wouldn't use 6 on a sweater, but they were comparable, a little bit larger in size. Focusing on a button is hard. There you go. Comparable in size to the ones on this cardigan, and I'm going to be making another version in a like rusty reddish, really not rusty, in a reddish color. It's ordered and coming. So actually it's kind of a poppy red. So I wanted to get buttons, and it was $1.50 for 6 of them. And sometimes it's like $1.50 per button. If you get them at LYS, which you know is totally cool. I got these at Margie's Yarn Crafts on the Shop Hop, but for $1.50, did I just lose one? For $1.50, I couldn't say no. It's just some vintage. They're just like plasticky tortoise shell looking. Focus! It focuses. Yeah, so for $1.50, thought that was cool. So let's talk about this camera. I am by no means qualified to give you a camera review video, but I am going to be adding it to my Amazon storefront. I did not purchase it off Amazon. I will put it on there if you want to look at it and if you want to purchase on Amazon, but my storefront, I get an affiliate commission off of that, whatever. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend buying. I don't like buying like tech equipment off Amazon. Sometimes it's like through a third party, and I get kind of sketched out about whether or not like it's from that company or if it's been like refurbished or iffy. So I got it through B&H, which is a well-known photography equipment supplier, and they shipped really fast, and it is in fact the camera that I ordered and everything in box, perfect condition, all of that wonderful, and their pricing's good. So that's just my recommendation there. But I ended up getting a Sony VZ1 in case anyone wants to know. Like I said, I am not a videographer. I have minimal photography skills. And I had gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted a DSLR, if I wanted something with like removable lenses and all of that. And honestly, I probably at some point, I have a Canon DSLR, but it is pre-video. So mine doesn't do video. And that's kind of what I learned photography on. So it's an older model from, I bought that thing in high school. So it's older. But I do really like Canon. So I had looked at like the Canon Mark III, Mark II video ones that are comparable with the Sony. But I liked the product focus better on the Sony, and a couple other features, just the way the screen to the Sony flips out. So this is the camera, the Sony, the screen goes out to the side. On the Canon, the screen is up above. So I have a mic on that would be blocking the screen. So just details like that. There is a newer Sony, the VZ-E10, maybe? I've watched so many videos where they're just like, why can't you just name your thing something that isn't numbers and letters? Camera people, I don't get it. So yeah, I watched a lot of review videos. The Sony VZ-E10, maybe, the newer version from 2021 is kind of an upgraded of the one that I have, and I initially thought I wanted that one because it's newer and, you know, better or whatever, but it kind of has, I forget what the technical term is, but like, if I was going to be using it for vlogging and like going to fiber festivals or yarn stores and like panning around looking at the yarn, it kind of does like a jittery like shutter lag, is that the term? Something where like the screen like doesn't catch up with you panning, and it's an issue that it has. So I didn't want that. And basically everything else about the VZ1 that I have is ideal for what I'm doing right now. At some point I might get a fancier DSLR. I might do lenses. Lenses are a whole nother expense. So I'm not in it for, you know, $4,000 of camera equipment at this point. If there was weird cut there, still learning the camera, sorry. But what I was saying, I'm in this one for under $1,000 with the mic and the batteries and all the, I haven't bought a ton of equipment, but right now that's where I'm at. So I would recommend it if you're someone who podcasts, vlogs, the like. But like I said, there are definitely much more qualified people to talk about it, but I hadn't really seen any reviews within the crochet knit community. And it's not something, like, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about what their equipment is, or they like may have it linked down below, but like I can tell you what it is. I don't care. So yeah, if you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But again, I've used it only for this podcast, am still learning it, and am no camera expert. So hopefully I just really hope that you guys see a difference in quality. Because I know my phone audio is horrible, and I know that not being able to like up close show you stuff was super annoying. And yeah, just I'm really enjoying the like slightly blurred background and all of that. So very happy with that. And the only other thing that I wanted to mention, probably should have mentioned it in admin, but I did create a DStash account on Instagram. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, I'm fiber.and.fox, but I made fiber.and.fox.dstash, one word, D-E stash. I will link that below as well. Actually, I need to add that. Where I'm going to be getting rid of some yarn. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I do have a couple excess skeins from designs that are like not going to be able to be repurposed into another project really, and some sweater quantities of bulky acrylic from back when I was doing hats and markets. I also have a bunch of pom-poms I think that I'm going to destash and faux fur to make pom-poms, maybe some hooks, needles, maybe some books, just stuff that is not serving me at this point, and I would love it if it was serving somebody else and could, you know, trade it in for a tiny monetary amount. Not going to be making money off of it because I did buy all the stuff. But yeah, rather than just donating it willy-nilly, I would love to get it into your hands. So if you would like to keep an eye out for that, there's nothing up there yet, but basically I will be posting in like a update style fashion. I'll put the rules up there, and basically individual posts. I didn't want to do it in stories because that gets complicated because they disappear and you have to update them, whatever. So I'm going to do posts in an Instagram feed on this D-Stash account, and there'll be pricing and all of that there. I think I'm just going to ship to the US, keep things less complicated. If you want to message me and talk details, we can, but planning on just US only. And yeah, it's going to be, the price will be listed plus shipping and then all that. Happy to combine lots, yada yada, you know the deal. So that's not up yet, but I wanted to give you the heads up that you might want to go follow the account, fiber.and.fox.dstash. Very long, but I couldn't come up with anything shorter that made sense within my brand. So that's that. So go follow over there, and then hopefully in the next couple weeks I have a pile down on the lower shelves of stuff that I'm looking to send your way. So that's that. I think notes. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I would love to know your feedback on the camera and audio quality and whatnot, because I want to make it as great as I can for you guys. So let me know if you did see a difference and if you're happy with it. And I hope you guys are getting excited for this cardigan design. It's gonna be a couple months, but I'm gonna keep hyping it because I'm really excited about it. But I won't be talking about it too much more until I get tester stuff back. Be on the lookout for those tester resources coming up soon, and go follow the D-Stash account. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting my design, supporting my channel, and dealing with all of my changes in equipment and learning and just not being a professional and doing this anyway. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. You can like, follow, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and all that yada yada fun stuff, because I want you here. I appreciate you in this community, and I will talk to you in episode 39. See you guys next time. Bye.